You and I for the love of the pride. You and I for the love of the pride. You and I for the love of the pride. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. It's a vibe though, blessed with survival. Get ready for the love, it's the Pride of Kyro. You and I in our family ties. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. It's a vibe though, blessed with survival. Get ready for the love, it's the Pride of Kyro. You and I in our family ties. All ready to ride for the love of the pride. I don't want any negative things to stick to the Carter name. All ready to ride for the love of the pride.
Backyard barbecue, bro? This is what you wanted for a send-off party? Man, I could've rented out a club, got you some strippers. I would've did it real big for you.
My brother walked into my mother's backyard with 2 bottles of 1800 in his hand. One of them was open already and half empty. I shook my head as I gave him a pound. Yes, a backyard barbecue. That's all I wanted as a going-away present. My family hasn't thrown one of these in years, and the way things were going, it didn't look like they were going to be throwing anything anytime soon. So I just used the fact that I was going away and completing my internship in pediatrics overseas to my advantage. One of my father's connections with this Army vet who started this program for first-year residents to volunteer under the supervision of attending physicians overseas to help with all the sick and wounded with all the civil wars going on. Of course, my mother and surprisingly my father hated the idea. But I could be very convincing when I wanted to. And there was no changing my mind. Every day I watched the news to see the innocent hurt or killed. I wanted to do something to help. What better way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
Kingston, what's up, man? I haven't seen you since Miami. Where you been hiding?
Man, I'm trying to lay low and away from that man right there.
Kingston pointed over at Kyro, who was looking as if he was appraising my mother's house.
Aw, stop it. Dad loves you. Y'all just alike. Stubborn. That's why y'all bump heads all the time.
And if you call his and our relationship bumping heads, I hate to see what you call a family rival.
After saying one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, Kingston walks over towards Kane, who was on the grill. I followed right behind him.
Genius, that's what I would call it. I would call a family rival a family rival.
And that's what me and Dad are. And that man has a stick up his ass every time when it comes to me.
Nope, not today. Whatever you two are talking about, it doesn't sound positive, and I don't want to hear it today.
Oh, look at Daddy's little golden boy, muting the negative words towards Daddy.
Yup, I am, because in a few days, my little brother's going away to a war zone, and Daddy didn't stop it from happening. Does anybody else think that's weird?
Nope. I'm very persuasive, and I'm the baby, so you know I always get what I want.
Yeah, right. If you think Kyro's letting you go overseas because you persuaded him, you dumber than you look.
Hey!
I put my hands up, because I was ready to knock him over the head. Had to make sure I would block whatever hit he was going to throw. Kingston squared up as soon as I did.
Would you two knock it off? I'm trying to grill over here.
Nah, he started it.
I swung at Kingston, almost hitting him in the jaw, but he leaned back, missing my punch by half an inch. He came back to throw 2 right hooks in my abdomen, which both hit hard.
All right, Kane's right. We shouldn't be playing near this hot grill.
Oh, nah, little one. He started it. I think you should be the one to finish it.
I think I already did. Yo, you all right, young prince?
I'm telling Mom, you play too much. Mom!
My mother came out the kitchen holding a pan of macaroni and cheese in her hand. I began walking over to her so I could snitch. Kingston always takes stuff too far.
What is wrong with you? And why are you walking like you have to poop?
Oh my gosh. Honey, you constipated? What have you been eating at your father's house? I told you all that junk food was not good for you.
I think I have some Miralax in my bag. Hold on.
Why do you have Miralax in your bag, London?
What? It's essential nowadays.
Oh, right. Prenatal vitamins do constipate you pregnant women.
Both women paused to stare at me.
Mom!
I didn't tell him.
Then how does he know? Besides Koran, who else did you tell?
I didn't tell Koran. I don't know how he knows. Koran!
I overheard Mom telling Dad, "Love you, bye."
I ran off just as my sister attempted to grab me up. London actually hits harder than Kingston. And if you couldn't tell by now, I'm not the biggest fighter. I ran off towards my dad because I knew she wouldn't tell him why she was chasing me. And she would leave me alone.
Hey, what are you two doing? Koran, stop. Get off of me. When you gonna stop running from your older siblings and fight back?
Get your scrawny little butt over here.
London, what has you so pissed off with your brother? What did he do now? Did he take another one of your dolls?
They're not dolls, Dad. They're collectibles. And no, he knows better after the last time.
Hey, it took me a month to grow back my hair after you put Nair in my shampoo bottle.
But it taught you a lesson to leave my stuff alone. And I'm about to teach you another one. Get over here.
Jeez, London, what did he do?
Yeah, London, what did I do?
I stood up next to my father like I had all the confidence in the world. This conversation would not proceed any further.
Nothing, Dad. I'll talk to him about it later.
Works every time. London began to storm off towards the kitchen.
Sure you don't want to talk about it right now?
I'm gonna get you back, you little twerp.
Kyro and I were laughing so hard that we began gasping for air. I haven't seen Dad laugh like that in a while. It felt good to just see him enjoying himself, even if he did look like he was trying to appraise my mother's house.
What did you do to her?
Nothing, she's just moody, that's all.
Hey, son, real quick. I just wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you.
His words immediately made me stop laughing. I don't know if I've seen him like this ever before. I'm a straight-A student. I've always been.
Seriously, son. Now, of course, when I told you to check out those contacts I lined up for your internship, I was not expecting you to complete your first-year residency overseas. And I do wish you would reconsider. But you know, I did some checking, and my contact told me that the camp you'll be at is safe, and it's nowhere near any war zones. This was a tough decision, and you made it on your own. I think this would look great on your resume.
Not much of a man to relish in mushy moments. My father patted me on the back and walked away. I stood there watching him go help Kane on the grill. My ears were in disbelief. Looking at the backyard, I couldn't help but smile. My family was all in one place. My friends were laughing. Everybody was enjoying themselves for once. This felt so good. This is the type of send-off we all needed.
My dad sat in the conference room of my law firm in a very discreet meeting. We were prepping him for his upcoming trial, and it seemed as though the only ones taking this case seriously were the ones who weren't on trial. My father sat in a chair, at the head of the table, mind you, flipping stress balls through his hand as if we were bothering him. Charles was here as well, as he needed to know the status of the case. Dad, are you paying attention?
Yes, London. I've heard everything that was said.
Dad, I asked you a question. You just nodded your head. Where are you right now? We are trying to prepare you for your upcoming trial.
London, I appreciate your law firm taking me on, but I do not feel like this is going to trial.
No, sir. This is going to trial. Your date is set.
Son, with all due respect, I think this is a waste of time.
Be that as it may, do you mind focusing? Just in case whatever plan you have to buy your way out of being accused of murder doesn't go well?
Sure, sweetheart. What was the question again?
The murder victim, Andre Williams, did you know him?
Of course not. Why would I know a police officer on a personal level?
Dad, do not give any more information than what is asked. You leave the prosecution room to interrogate you for questions we did not prepare you for, and room for speculation. A simple no will suffice.
Fine.
I flipped through the files in my hand trying to conjure up another question. This is weird. I've never seen this before. My intern walked over to see what I was looking at.
Oh yes, I've updated the files with new information this morning. I have some connections in the federal building. My father works there.
Well, what is it?
His juvenile records, they're usually sealed, but it says here that he was charged with rape of a minor when he was 17. Kyro froze at the sound of the information. He put down the balls he'd been flipping all morning. I flipped the page to read some more. The document showed that the minor was only 4 years old, the exact age I was when I was molested. Suddenly, I didn't feel too well. I think I'm going to be sick. Kyro shot up out of his chair and snatched the file from my hands. I looked up at my father as he stared down at me with regretful eyes. I read what his eyes were saying. I closed my eyes, not wanting to receive the message. No, I'm really going to be sick. I ran out of the room, heading straight to the bathroom as vomit was moving through my body up to my mouth. I reached the women's bathroom just in enough time to gag my insides out in the toilet. A couple of women who were already inside asked me if I was going to be okay. I'm fine, thank you. Just had too much to eat this morning. Once I finished hacking up my insides, I stood up and walked to the sink. I rinsed my mouth and my face off. Just as I stepped outside, I became dizzy and lightheaded. Oh no.
Hey, I got you. Come on in here.
I had dipped into the arms of Charles. I didn't even know he was standing outside the bathroom waiting for me. Thank you.
No problem. I wanted to make sure you were okay. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Fitting words. Charles walked me inside of an empty conference room and helped me in a chair.
London, what was that all about? Why did you look like that after reading the victim's juvenile charges?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? London, we are both lawyers. We are trained to read body language and eye contact. You and your father shared some unspoken words in there, and I need to know if I will have a job in the near future.
Charles, Kyro could be dead, God forbid, and you will have a job.
You know what I mean. This was your old position. You know how important it is to know everything so that you're not blindsided. What was that about?
London,
did your father know that man?
Huh?
London!
I'm pregnant!
What?
That's all I could think of to say to divert his attention after all the experience I have of diverting people's attention? I just shook my head as Charles stood up to take in the information I had just told him. Oh well, might as well run with this story. Yeah, that's what that was about. I'm pregnant. My mother told my father, and he asked me, and I lied. I felt myself getting sick and saw he was now questioning me about it. I never lied to my dad before. Charles blew a breath of relief that that's all that exchange was. Charles, I don't want anyone to know. Can you please keep this between you and me? I mean, not even Neffy.
Of course. But why? This is a beautiful thing. I'm sure the father, whoever he is elated to trap you. Okay?
Trap me? Oh, God. No, Charles. The father doesn't know.
Huh?
Long story. Let's just say we ended on really bad terms, and I'm not even sure if I want to keep the baby.
London.
No, not abortion. I'm too far along for that, but I was thinking about adoption.
Oh, absolutely not. As the lawyer for this family's affairs, I seriously am advising you against that. Might seem simple at first, but as soon as the family or kid finds out who his biological mother is, I'm telling you, you will regret it.
I plopped down in the chair as I realized Charles was right. Oh, Lord. What am I going to do now? I was seriously thinking about adoption as my out of this mess I put myself in.
Listen, this might be a crazy idea, but how about I be your pregnancy partner?
What?
Yeah, you're keeping this a secret, right? Well, pregnancy is always harder when it's unwanted. I'm going to be your pregnancy partner. We're going to turn this unwanted situation into a wanted situation.
Charles, whatever does that mean? I never heard of a pregnancy partner.
I know because I just made it up. Listen, I always wanted kids, but Neffy is so career-oriented that I don't think I'll ever get the chance to have any of my own. And I'm falling in love with your family just as she did. I would love to help out in any way that I can. Listen, we already spend a lot of time together with you representing your dad and all. No one has to know until you're ready. And you get a pampered pregnancy.
I mean, that does sound good. You know what? Why not?
Why not?
I know. If Brooklyn were here, she'd be asking me, what the hell am I doing? I miss my girl. It didn't matter if Kingston was her brother or not. When he was wrong, she would tell me to forget about him and move on. I could hear her voice in my head now as I headed toward the studio. I don't know why I'm here. He made it clear that he didn't want me, but for some reason, all I could hear is a cry for help. The closer I got to his studio, the more my heart urged me to turn around. And as I approached the window that looked into the studio room he was in, I now knew why. There on the couch was Kingston bending some chick over and rampaging her insides from behind. I stood frozen as I watched them enjoy each other without a care in the world that other people could see them. Hell, it was other people screwing in the studio. I don't know what kind of freak show they were having tonight, but this shit was just nasty. And to think, I was madly in love with this man. He must have felt me staring at him because he looked up. Kingston saw me standing on the other side of the glass and froze inside the woman. I guess when his brain finally realized that it was me staring back at him, he pushed her to the side and quickly tried to pull up his pants. The dumbass ran outside the studio as I turned to face him.
Farrah, what are you doing here?
What was I doing here? That's his response to me seeing him dick deep in some bitch's pussy? Wow.
Look, now, it's not what it looks like.
I just shifted from one leg to the other, waiting to hear what it was that looked like him having sex.
Look, okay, maybe it is what it looks like. But I don't even know what to tell you. I guess this is what I've been trying to tell you. I'm fucked up right now. No matter how hard I try, I just can't get my shit together.
And what? They make you feel better or something?
Not really, they just here.
And me? I'm not there?
Never said that.
Well, you haven't said much of anything to me lately. This is the first time you've said a soft word to me since I lost the baby.
Oh, yo, stop bringing them up.
Kingston, I lost the baby. It was a boy, and he was mine. He grew inside of me. I carried him for months. I fed him, and every breath I took, he took. I kept him safe inside of me.
Did you?
And there we go. Okay, let's do it. Tell me I'm the reason why we lost our son. I know you think it.
Never said that.
You don't have to. You just treat me like it. And you know what? Whether you said it or not, think it or not, I think it myself. I messed up. And once again, the one person who's supposed to be there for me is out screwing everything with a hole in between their legs.
Farrah!
I hear you, Kingston. I didn't before. Oh, but I hear you loud and clear now. Your wish is my command. We are done. I stood there for a minute watching him inhale my words like it was the hardest thing he'd ever heard in his life. I don't know why. He's been telling me it's over for months now. I was just too blind to hear him. I see very well now. I turned to walk away as he stood still calling my name.
Farrah! Farrah! Farrah!
I flipped my stress balls through my hands as the argument I just had with my wife over the phone played in my head. The more I try and get this woman back, the more she pushes for a divorce. She leaves me no choice but to think that she actually wants a divorce. Well, if that's what she wants, she's gonna have one hell of a time getting it. First step, I'm gonna take ownership of all her businesses. Shoot, I paid for them. Now I'm coming to collect on my investments. If she wants to start fresh, what fresher way to start than from the ground up? Just as I was thinking of my next order of business, the elevator doors to my office opened, and out walked Neffy. She looked over at me through my glass walls and smiled. I don't know what she's smiling about. This was not going to be a pleasant meeting. I adjusted myself in my chair as I waited for her to reach my office.
Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yes. I saw the press conference you held for Brooklyn last week.
Yes, sir.
Well, you do know that we've been looking for Brooklyn for some time now. Don't you think it would have been conducive to your career to tell me that my child reached out to you to represent her in the press?
No, sir. I wasn't aware that getting involved in family affairs was a part of my job description. I try my best to remain professional with you guys at all times.
Professional? Is that how you remain with my son?
Sir?
Oh, stop, Neffy. You can pretend as if I don't know. But I know you know that I know you and Kane have been fooling around for months now.
Sir, I can't confirm or deny those allegations.
Neffy, cut the crap. Where's my child?
Sir, your daughter hired me to represent her in the public eye, and I am under contract to keep her personal information confidential. Furthermore, as of right now, I do not know where she is. As you already know, her last location was Houston, as that is where I held the press conference.
Is that the game you really want to play with me?
I assure you, I am playing no games at this moment.
Neffy, I demand you tell me where Brooklyn is, or I promise you I will have your head on a chopping block. Just as she was about to respond, the door to my office opened and Kane walked inside. My firstborn had his chest held out like he was coming to save a damsel in distress. What is it, son?
Everything good in here? I can hear you roaring from the elevator. Look, everyone is peeking inside.
I didn't realize I was being so loud. I took a deep breath to calm my nerves. Everything is fine. Neffy knows where your sister is and refuses to share that information with the family.
Yeah, Dad. Brooklyn told her not to.
You knew she was going to represent your sister?
No, Dad. I saw the press conference like everyone else. I asked Neffy about it, and she told me Brooklyn doesn't want to be found. What more do you want?
Watch your tone, son. What more do I want? I want my child home.
Brooklyn is a grown woman, Dad. If she wanted to be home, she would be.
Kane, this has nothing to do with you. I'm having a conversation with my employee. You are dismissed.
Not like this, Dad. You're not having a conversation with her, you're yelling at her. And quite frankly, it's a bad look.
Excuse me?
Neffy, you're excused.
To my disbelief, Neffy walked out the door, following my son's orders. And this is why certain personnel are off limits to personal relationships with my sons. Are you out of your damn mind? How dare you come in here and give a direct order to my employee?
I'm not out of my mind, Dad, but I'm starting to think with everything you have going on, you're starting to lose yours.
Excuse me?
Between Mom, the trial, Brooklyn, it's a lot. I get it. But you can't talk to people like that, especially her.
That's it. She's fired. I tried to keep a wrap on this for your sake. But this is why I say certain personnel are off limits.
She's fired because she won't tell you where Brooklyn is, or because she finally inspired me to stand up to you. No, Dad, she's not fired. You fire her, and I will personally see to it Charles files a sexual harassment lawsuit against me and this entire company. I'll help her to do it. Enough, Dad. You've done enough meddling in my life. Hire Charles? Cute. Real cute. It worked. But it also let me know you don't have my best interests at heart, and I'm starting to think you never did.
Kane left me standing in my office with my jaw wide open. My son and I never argued before, and I never thought it would be over a piece of tail. Damn, got me.
I stormed out my father's office feeling so proud of myself that I finally stood up to him. Usually, I oblige Kyro in whatever he wants just to avoid going toe-to-toe with him like my younger brother. But something about the way he was speaking to Neffy just pushed all my buttons. I love that man. Lord knows I do. But damn it if he doesn't act like everyone is beneath him. I took the elevator to my office floor. As soon as I walked towards my office, Neffy was waiting for me at my door. Pausing for a moment, I took a deep breath. I was still highly heated, and I didn't want to explode on her. Something about the way she was looking at me let me know this wasn't a thank you visit.
I didn't need you to do that for me. I can defend myself.
I walked past her into my office and shut the door.
You have made things worse. Kyro might fire me now. He told me out the gate his sons were off limits. Fooling around with Kingston is the reason the last PR was fired.
He's not gonna fire you. Relax.
Oh, yeah? How can you be so sure?
Because I am.
Wow, that's real reassuring. Thanks. Ugh, how did I get myself into this? Fooling around with the boss's son while I'm engaged to being married, and what do you know? The boss's son doesn't even want to be with me.
I watched her go on a rant while she paced back and forth in my office. Quite comical, actually. Neffy is always so poised and together. Right now, she looked like she was 2 seconds from risking it all. Neffy!
What?
I said he's not gonna fire you, so relax.
Relax? Oh, yeah. Great advice coming from the boss's son. I should have never gone there with you.
Neffy! Relax. I told him if he fired you, I would have Charles sue his company for sexual harassment against me. And I would help Charles do it. Trust me, my father doesn't need or want that type of trouble right now. You have job security here. Trust me. She paused her pacing to take in my words. While I let them settle in her head, I began organizing the papers on my desk. I needed to get back to work, and I wasn't expecting this type of interruption this morning, so I was a little behind.
You would do that? For me?
I didn't even look up at her. I continued to organize my desk, prioritizing tasks for the day. Do what?
Put your relationship with your father on the line. For me.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. I'm tired of my father playing with my love life like it's a game of checkers.
Love life?
I realized what I said and how she took it. Yes, I love this girl, but I don't think I wanted her to know that. I continued what I was doing as if she didn't just ask me to clarify. Neffy placed her hand over mine, stopping me from shuffling the papers I was shuffling just to avoid eye contact with her.
Love life?
Yes, Neffy, my love life. What?
You're in love?
Does it matter? The woman I'm in love with is engaged to someone else, and no matter how hard I try to show her every part of me, no matter how passionate I make love to her, no matter how hard I try to make her laugh or just bask in her presence, she's still going to choose her fiancé at the end of the day, so...
Kane.
Hey, what?
Why didn't you tell me how you felt? I mean, you've been so cold ever since Charles started here.
How do you expect me to be towards you? Your fiancé, who actually is a really great guy, works side by side with me. I have to hear him talk about how great you are, and all I want to do is scream, I know, so he could shut up. But I can't, because that would hurt him. But most of all, it will hurt you. And the last thing I ever want to do is hurt you.
Oh, Kane.
Before I knew it, this girl swung all the items on my desk on the floor, including a pile of papers I just organized. In one swift movement, she swung her body and legs on and over my desk like she didn't have heels on and grabbed me by my tie. This crazy girl wrapped my tie around her pretty little hands and yanked me towards her, kissing me so lovingly and passionately that I didn't even try to stop her. With the same passion, I took her in my arms and kissed her back. Her hands found their way to my belt, and she began to unbuckle it and open my pants. The sound of them hitting the floor brought me back to reality. Wait, Neffy, what are you doing? We're in the office in the middle of the day. People are here. What if someone barges in my office? Say like your fiance.
Then lock the door.
The Pride of Kyro was created by Ejanai Kamal. Written by Ejanai Kamal, Stefan Lee, and Jason Frazier. Produced and directed by Ejanai Kamal and Hanif Wynn. Kyro Carter was played by Jeremiah Blunt II. Asia Carter was played by Courtney Jones. London Carter was played by LaToya Ransom. Koran Carter was played by Zodu Mose. Kane Carter was played by Hanif Wynn. Brooklyn Carter was played by Yakini Horn. Kingston Carter was played by Jason Frazier. Nefertiti Allen was played by Siv Jones. Arena Jones was played by Arvel Poe. Farrah Wright was played by Taisha Shuford. Charles Jones III was played by AJ Dwayne. C4 was played by Dewan Williams. Captain Chiba was played by Dwayne Bradshaw. Mayor Sanders was played by Tyrone Rhodes. Kendrick was played by Dorsey Dixon. Rachel was played by Taryn Rhodes. Leona was played by Latavia Hart. Additional background vocals provided by Kalila Porter and Christian Guglielmo. For the Love of the Pride, opening theme song was written by Joseph Buchanan. The Pride of Kyro was recorded at Patchwork Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Sound design for The Pride of Kyro was done by Christian Guglielmo. The Pride of Kyro was mixed and mastered by Christian Guglielmo from a Shiesty Major. Promotional visuals provided by Barbara Curtis and Fame of Plan B Marketing. The Pride of Kyro is streamed on all podcast platforms. Please subscribe and leave us a review. Follow us on all social media at The Pride of Kyro. Follow us on Patreon to receive all exclusive content and early bird access to all new episodes. We appreciate all y'all support. Thank y'all for taking a ride with The Pride. See you soon.